Good morning, beautiful people. Hoping this message finds you well. Wanted to stop real quick in the woods, share what I'm thinking on this beautiful Sunday morning, and then offer you a challenge. The first thing I wanted to point out to you is there's multiple levels of thinking. First level is remembering and understanding. So I think it's safe to say that most of us have the ability to memorize lyrics to a song and have absolutely no idea what the heck they're talking about. We all do it. I am not knocking that. It is very important to remember. But then you go from remembering to understand. What are you understanding lyrics to mean? What are you understanding direction to mean? What are you understanding the feedback to mean? But that's all rooted in what you think. It doesn't automatically make you right with respect to the other person's intent, but you do have some basic level of understanding. But then there's another level, and this is my challenge to you for the week. The next level of thinking applies to analyzing, wow, I forgot. Give me a second. 2-second rule. Analyze, evaluate, and create. Analyze, evaluate, and create. So you've memorized something. You started to understand something. Now you are at this level of applying and analyzing. In other words, how do you know what you said is actually what you should be doing? How do you understand and then execute against the feedback or direction you've been given? Yes, I did see the cougar sneak up behind me in the woods. And then how do you evaluate? In other words, did you take the feedback that you were given, the directions you were given, your understanding of what was supposed to happen, and then you executed against it? And how do you know that you're doing it, quote unquote, right? And then finally, how do you take all that information and then create something new from it? So for example, let's say there's a problem that you and the team have gotten together to discuss this week. What is your understanding of the problem? In other words, what are you repeating back that you heard is the problem based on the way that you understood it? So now with that information, how do you apply or execute against the information that you've received? And as you're executing against it, how are you analyzing it, or in other words, checking your work, as they say? And then how are you taking all that information as you're executing against it and using it to create, which is an evolving thing, always living, breathing thing. Solutions are always living and breathing. How are you creating new solutions to the problem? I've been pointing out to people in our sessions the concept of planned obsolescence. In other words, you plan for something to be obsolete. That solution that you have or that you're creating has a limited shelf life. So how are you creating something that will continue to evolve as the problem evolves? So that's what I have for you, family. I want to offer you a challenge this week to take your thinking to the next level. Hi, Guy. Take your thinking to the next level. How do you repeat back or mimic, right? Or remember what you understand somebody said? How are you then interpreting that understanding to go to the next level of applying that understanding or executing against it? How are you evaluating on a constant basis whether or not what you are doing is effective? How are you analyzing the feedback, the data, the solution? And then how are you using that information to create a new one? So that's what I have for you, family. I do not believe critical thinking is challenging. I just think it takes patience, endurance, stamina, and a tenacity for wanting to get to solutions. So with that, I hope this message finds you well and safe and healthy and patient and diligent. I hope it finds you thinking. I hope it finds you willing to take on the challenge of taking your thinking to the next level. And of course, I hope it finds you enjoying your day as much as I am with who matters most. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.